Hey everybody, it's me, your boy Doki. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. Today we got a new character that I haven't tried before. We're gonna see how my attempt goes at L. I'm a day late on getting this out. So yeah, I'll upload this today and then we'll get our peak gameplay up sometime later this week. And maybe we'll get a stream in this week too. It just depends on kind of how I'm feeling. But I want to thank you guys so much for the support, all the love that you've been giving me, and I just really appreciate it. And thank you so much. If you guys have wants or needs for maybe the next audio, let me know what you want to see. What kind of audio you want me to make? I know I've seen a couple suggestions for Yandere Shigaraki, so I'll maybe give that a go. But if you guys have other suggestions in there, maybe I'll give that recording a shot, and we'll see that audio next week. But yeah, thank you again for the support. Love you guys. If you guys want to support me, go ahead and leave some, give some supports over on Patreon. And as always, I have commissions open. So if you guys want to, commission, all you could do is scrabble to that tier, and you guys get free audios for a month. And you also, get that commission that you want from me. I'll send you a DM and we'll talk about what you want and see how that goes. Or if you guys have something that if you've written and you want me to read and act out for you, I'll do that. So I've been doing a lot of auditions lately, so hopefully you'll see me in something soon. Maybe like an ad for like your bank or some shit. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to a lot lately. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting this video. Leave a like, scrabble if you haven't, and leave a comment. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what you want for future audio. And yeah, well, maybe we'll see streams this week. Maybe we'll do a stream. So yeah, see you guys soon. Love you. Thank you. Bye. Well, I must say, the means that in which you've gotten me here hadn't particularly put me in a good mood, but now that I see this wide spread that you have here, well, color me pink. I'm very intrigued. Now what should I have first? These are expensive. Most of these have been imported from the finest bakeries in Paris and in New York. But this one in particular catches my eye. This cookie. It is different from the rest. It's not from any bakery. No. It doesn't smell like it was cooked in an expensive oven. This seems more homemade. Do you intend on poisoning me? Well, I wouldn't see you would answer that question now, would you? No. I have to think a little bit more on this. By the means that you got me here, I wouldn't think you would poison me outright, would you? What are your motivations? Who are you? No. Of course I don't think you're Kira. If you were Kira, well, I think you would have killed me by now, and I wouldn't think you would stoop so low to obviously poison me with such a cheap trick. No, I have zero suspicion that you're Kira. Besides, Kira wouldn't look like you. Kira would be a cisgendered male. You are on the more androgynous side, and definitely more confident. Though you may be, a little cynical. No, I don't think you're a maniacal maniac, hell-bent on destroying the world and ruling with a sense of justice. No, the god complex is simply beneath you. But whether or not you would murder me with sweets, that is simply a different story. Who are you indeed? A would-be assassin or an ally? Oh, what is that? A timer, huh? You're giving me 10 minutes to figure out your intentions. Otherwise, the game is over. That's quite frustrating. You've yet to say the rules, and what the consequences are for me losing. There's no stakes. No, there are stakes. It seems that my reputation is at risk here. and you know that I love to play games. Alright, I fold. If I could figure out your identity and the intentions that you may have before the allotted time is over, I will decide my own fate. And if I lose, well, I'll eat your cookie. Does that sound fair? No answer, just a smile, and a timer that has already been going. Okay, let's see what I can come up with. First of all, let's go back a few days to your invitation. A letter came across the captain's desk asking for a meeting, you and me to meet alone, because you knew the answer to who was Kira. I simply dismissed the notion, and I should have stood my ground, because how could anybody else but me know who Kira was, and I haven't even figured that out? Don't get me wrong, I do have suspects, I have no doubt, but I keep that list close to my chest. I haven't even told anybody at the police force what I was thinking. But that was until I looked at your letter, and I saw the riddle within. How did you know that Light Yagami was my #1 suspect? I only suspect the boy only 3%. Now that intrigued me. So against my own wishes to stay behind, I went ahead and told the captain to set up the meeting anyway. Now he insisted that I wear a wire, bring a bodyguard just in case, but no, you wanted to be alone. But for what reason? At first I thought you wanted to get in on the Kira case, but no. At this point, the police force is practically begging people to join. No, that's simply not it. It's something worse. You wanted my attention. Well, you have it. Now, am I the mouse who has walked into their own trap, and you, Kitty, are now going to strike? Now on to your second invitation. You sent a hotel room key, room 613. Now, that is not the room we're in, now are we? So, clearly you have an ulterior motive. You knew that we would bug every hotel room that had 613 in the immediate area. But I knew this was another riddle. I knew that 613 was not the answer, and we would be meeting here, in room 316. And what I surmised is, nothing about you makes sense. Your motive, the way you knew information, the way you got what you wanted. None of it. It makes 0 sense. So that intrigued me even more. So once I was able to ditch the cops, I ditched my wire and made my way down here. To you. No. I don't think you're Kira because I don't think he'd stoop so low to poison me. No. Kira's more theatrical. My death at his hand would come with more fanfare. It would probably be made public because of how much he hates me. In the end, my humiliation is what he wants. No, you... You're more like an Agent 47. More of a silent assassin. You have one question. Well, since there are no rules, I guess you can go ahead and ask that. Really? That's the question you have, huh? Well, I guess you would ask that kind of question now, wouldn't you? That almost gave you away. I think I know who you are. You want to know the answer? You might not like it. I do think Bruce Wayne or Batman in this situation would be able to solve the Kitamura case a lot faster than I could. It's not because I think he's smarter than I am, no. Brucey and I Well, I think we do think on the same level, but he has the physical strength and the resources in order to get the job done, so if I had the physical strength and, if I looked good in spandex, then I too would go the route of vigilante and throw Kira in jail by tomorrow. But no. I work with facts, not with my fists. Besides, I've got to keep my hands clean. Now, with that, I think I finally figured out who you are. After I answered that, you don't seem too happy to find out that someone would beat me. So, I now know who you are, which means I must answer who your intentions are. No, I don't think this cookie is laced with poison. I think it's a regular cookie. It's probably a recipe you followed your whole life. Milk, sugar, cookies, flour, 2 eggs, all stirred together with a wick. You're not a huge fan of the electrical appliances because you knew a homemade cookie that looked like an amateur made it would stand out amongst the rest. You knew that my crux was sweets. And you knew that amongst these expensive pastries that I would point out one that didn't look like the rest. The black sheep. The cookie that didn't have poison in it. No, I'm sure this cookie doesn't have poison in it. Because this cookie was made with love. You're a fan, aren't you? No, you're more than that. You are deeply infatuated with me. Someone that loves to play games. Someone that knows me enough to play my game. And look at that. I figured that out in less than 10 minutes. I win. No, I get to decide my fate. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take your cookie and eat it. Real good cookie. Yeah. This definitely was made with a lot of care. And I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it more than I do these cakes. But I won't let them go to waste, so. You spent all this time to put this date together. So why don't you enjoy it with me?